let's move on to Cinnamon's scene. You can choose either a combat scene or another normal scene if you would like.
I'm not really feeling talking, so let's do another combat scene.
Okay. So we'll say that as you're wandering around, wreaking havoc and causing all sorts of morale failures in the castle, you come into the grand hall. You come into the grand ceremony hall of the Dragon Lord, and it is decorated with some of the Blazewing family treasures. But standing just before the hall, before you can reach some of your family's treasures, Cinnamon, is another poorly scaled minion of the Dragon Lord. His second in command, the Magus of Chaos. And he says, "Stop! What are you doing? What are you doing in the Dragon Lord's castle? Besides bestowing chaos, which is my job, by the way."
Taking back what's mine.
Then allow me to take back what is mine, which is the role of causing chaos. Chaos. And a fight breaks out between the three of you. So the scene leader for this particular scene is Cinnamon, so Cinnamon will go first. And then after that, it will be the highest level character, which is actually a tie between the Magus of Chaos and Diokar. Which then it would go to class ranks, which Overlord outranks a magic user. So turn order for this is going to be Cinnamon, Diokar, Magus of Chaos.
Alright. Trying to think of what I want to do. Alright. I will... I'm gonna go on another rampage, cause the wet and dank cave made her cranky. She's taking it out on the Magus.
All right.
Ow.
All right. So let me review what he's got real quick.
You're cutting out.
Let me review what he has real quick.
Okay.
I can't remember which of these is his defense skills. All right. So as you start swinging your fists around madly, he tries to stick his leg. He tries to stick his leg out in front of you and trip you. And you fall face forward before you can connect with him. You do not take any damage though. But it does slightly embarrass you, and you gain one flag.
Okay.
And so Diokar is next.
So if I use overwhelming presence, I have overwhelming presence, and I've got one skill, and I spend a skill point in that. It says during combat scenes, you may raise the results of your rolls by SR by the skill rank.
Yes. So
That's
all your rolls
automatic.
Yes.
I don't have to check on it. I just get the benefit of that.
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to roll my eyes and say, you're such a tryhard. Just like the Dragon Lord. And so I'm gonna pick up I guess I've got like a staff
Wait,
or
hold
something,
on.
and I'm gonna pick.
Hold on. Actually, timing for that is action. So,
Okay.
hold on. Is that right? Let me check my notes again real quick. Or let me check the book real quick. Yeah, that was an error on my part. Overwhelming presence does not actually normally have that effect. But for the time being, we will keep it with the effect that I have it listed for you, just to keep things simple, because that was my mistake. So the way it would work is like the hero skill bravery, which, yeah, all during combat scenes you raise the results of your rolls by skill rank. So we'll just go with that. We'll just go with that for now, just to keep things simple.
That means 3d6 rather than 2d6, right?
Well, no. Overwhelming presence is a passive skill in this case. So that's just something that, like, the skill rank of overwhelming presence is added to whatever roll that you're making.
Okay, so if I made an attack, then
Yes.
I would add 1 dice to it.
No.
I spent 1 skill point.
+1.
Yeah,
Plus
the
1.
final result is
+1. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you're using normal attack at rank 1, it would be 2d6, but you would add the rank of overwhelming presence to the end result of that roll.
And so just the default overwhelming presence, like vanilla first level overwhelming presence, adds nothing. But since I spent 1 skill point, I get 1. I don't get 2, right?
No. All skills start at rank 1.
Yeah,
Okay,
If you
okay.
spent a skill point, it's now 2.
So it's 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Making sure. All right.
Otherwise, skills would be pretty useless.
Yes, that skill would be useless otherwise. Which, that is something I need to add. I need to change in my notes. Oopsie poopsie. All right, so you call the Magus of Chaos a clown, and you deck him right, and you try to deck him right in his face. To which he will get slugged right in the face and take 1 damage. So it's ow! Well, let me, the Magus of Chaos, show you what I am capable of. And so lightning starts arcing from his staff. And he points it at you. And the game master is looking up the thing for this one.
Points it at whom?
He just points it in both of your general direction, and lightning forks out and strikes out at both of you. And you both have to make a defense roll against 9.
I'm gonna use Scaly Shell.
Okie doke.
I'm going to use Margin of the Strongman. Because that's an energy attack, right?
That is a physical attack, actually.
Oh, okay. So then I will not.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Energy attacks are exceedingly rare. Not
Because
everyone...
just default defense is -3 anyway.
Yes.
Your lightning sucks.
Yep, lightning just harmlessly arcs around Cinnamon.
Not so much Deokar, but
Yeah. So Deokar takes 7 points of damage as he gets electrocuted.
ow!
I am the Magus of Chaos for a reason. And so it is back to the top with Cinnamon.
Oh, you want to see a real shield, don't you? And Cinnamon rears up and breathes fire all over the Magus of Chaos.
Okay.
So I'll get 2 flags for this. I mean 3
I
flags.
realize now I should have used run away, but
All right, so he needs to beat 10 with a
senses,
which I do not think he has senses. So let me check his other skills.
So they would have to have a skill with that.
He does have a skill with senses. He has mischief. But he does not succeed and thus takes, I think it's the full effect of the full damage from that.
Yes, 10 damage.
Yes, so you burn the Magus of Chaos to a crisp, and he screams, "Ah, it burns, it burns!" But since he is the mid-boss for this scenario, he does not die immediately upon being dropped to 0 HP. He instead gains 1 mark, which we will roll for on the mark table, which I didn't include that in the notes, but I do have it in my notebook. So, physical mark number 7. So, the force of Cinnamon's breath is so great, it not only burns his robes to a crisp, but it also sends him bowling back deeper into the hall. And so you all march deeper into the hall after him. And it is now Diokar's turn. And since he took 1 mark, he is restored back to 1 HP.
good job, Cinnamon. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going to attack him.
All right.
And I'll use our overwhelming presence.
So with burned and tattered robes, he tries to defend himself with a rubber chicken that he had tied to his belt, but he's too busy fiddling with it to try and get it loose because it's been melted to the belt because of Cinnamon's fire. You're able to get a good donk right upside his head, and he collapses. And so with that, he would receive another physical mark, and thus has the number of marks needed for a bad end for the mid-boss. Which I do have the bad ends translated as well. So his bad end is... So after he gets bonked upside the head, he clutches his head and says, I'll show you why I'm called the Magus of Chaos! And he screams at the top of his lungs and explodes, causing each of you to take 2 damage.
Ouch.
And after
I
that,
have 1 HP.
And after that, he is no more.
Cinnamon is turned around and does a cool pose.
Okay.
Dear Car has like the kind of black like smoothie effect all over his face and horns and everything, and he's just kind of slouching like that was terrible.
Okay, so this was once again a combat encounter where the total strength of the enemies was equal to your combined levels, so you level up for that. And in addition, anytime the mid boss is defeated, you level up once again after that. So you guys effectively leveled up twice from this fight.
Okay. So that means 2 points to put into energy or HP,
as well as 2 skill points.
So if our max HP goes up by 2, does that mean our current HP also goes up by 2?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
And
Can
also
spend 1.
Can you take skill points that you've already spent
and redistribute them?
Yes.
No, that is not an option.
Okay.
However, if you did invest points into a skill that you didn't want, you can swap that skill out for a different one at the end of a scene. Or when you level up, I should say. And the new level of the skill that you're taking, or the new rank, I should say, will be the same rank as the one that you're getting rid of.
Okay. I'll put a point into breath.
Okay.
And I'll save the other point. And I'll put a point in HP and a point into energy.
All right. I'm going to keep my skills where they are. I'm going to put 2 points into overwhelming presence.
Okay.
So it'll be +3. And now my character sheet did that thing again, so I can't save it.
Oops.
Yeah, let me fix it.
Also, for my recovery action between scenes, I'm going to remove 2 flags.
Yep. Yeah, since you all are...
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, since you are damaged this turn, it does make sense to use recovery actions now. Which, one of those is you can regain 2d6 HP or energy.
I'm going to do that and regain 2d6 HP. So R2d6 7. Nice.
All right, that puts you back in the safe zone.
Yep.
And so, after the Magus of Chaos explodes, and there's no trace of him left, Dragon Lord comes descending from the ceiling and says, "What on earth is going on in my castle?" And then his eyes meet with Diokar's.